Ita yonsi pitokoro ko igotoro kire twero geti. Edio to bata moniga, edio tanto we change ya.
Bata maman.
That's not what does that mean?
Emodongo moira mwanya vigara tiganywe. Abana baitaba ke mwanyura marwa. Nonja naye bunurango sibukali botuko.
Ya abantu bakoragera inune getimo kare moira no mwanya orenya mamoti yire suye ngima. Abantu muri sentati. Okuri nyame jagiye ngima abantu bayire yame.
Baba utachayiga ryaye.
Yes.
Gakuyira bukima isai yori ne kiriro bakuburi. Gakuyireke munu yori ne kwa mama bakwamu. Baba no muya.
Mbono ngota mbono, ikundo baba mbono, sagara yakera mambono, nyanga uyege tonto mbono, mbono.
Mukaburia tukabaigwa na bono twabaikeire. Hetaya Radio. Hase birengo byemeye mu gutaisa to FM umerane timwe mbo kegima yabaralia bachire nkuma hase mero bilimeti ngukegima botakira buna pokokya wekabuna vokomisa
Wakiwa kile gabo soru manje motakileje bwakiamo kile bronge basi yote yako sambamba bakondo ko muge boboge yani boga bo twin boy
bakondo kanga Otiz Major abwakiamo kile
abasukarazde
kurunka zenaru bakaze nkarazite bwakiamo kile
karato gotebona abantu bekarakarie basoe a sekonda chinkuru kwalena mora
kuremero beli gukomanya ekogosemia nabo igogokogokya
wake sabungana kyokoboka mambia na kiri tukulia rodia go sambange tukiyokobanga mambira nde bintu binde kwikirania chini gonkoro kwa Edwin Mwanambe
Chigosoli
bago sabya gari kigimana bago sabya timu ya Man United gategare go tenere ko bimaino Wendo nyirenga yonsi ni meyeta ya ready meye mochiro gutanisa to eritana nenkefa nengo bosire enche bakonoka ongeri Boniface
Amatera
Matoima yama sese ni yokoletu asore amona inche Victor Sultano bangi amasabo esabalio kwegena
tumusifu Yesu Kristo
milele na milele amina
Chingero chakale habasaya mona yanda mange
Nintembe soba Nyokongo borito Yes malavidave
show ni moja na show ni the vibe
Zone
The vibe Ogoke toko semi na boigo Tokumanyi ayarengete abasai Miss Keruba alongside
DJ Top Show on the ones and twos the top DJ
Tegera 100.3 FM
Etaya Radio 100.3 FM
Radio King Diombo Guse TV Oborabu Wagusi
Mbu ya mono mwanchumo ligireria gwitaya TV ndo chenga tosera sentunde ya gatatu na nde ya moelio kuri ndere yengencho mono kiagara mugani taigite kare sana. By 7:42 it was here kiagara rinde na mayitengana to kwa nasema mbia bono nega nitichingaki and nega netie uwepo wa sisi wote kiagara we are involved in one way or the other tochi okwanira igoro ya mangana rengete chisemicheito mangana rengete igoro ya what we are saying that is trending asenchira yibirengo bigoro mono, and we don't know who to blame for this school unrest, for these school tragedies bakechinde cheirere abana kusiria amagima ine na abayiboli tu afeirire asoko kinya abana baito asenchire ndonge asoko beka values and morals asibale ine na balimu baito ba onjukeira masomoka batali kwinyulia abana gutwara chimbwa na characters ine is it stakeholders gusena abana baita abanyene atoko basomye chimbwa kulende baenda baonjuka ayina rama boli to kwa nasema bia bono how are we even mentoring our children, how are we educating our children na ende na kitura basomi batwale chimbwa chingia usebinte bimbisire asichi skuru chaito. It's very rampant naomba noiga there are some schools that have been closed indefinitely kisa na maana watoto wameanza kubehave in a way etaliengia ne chinde cha chiskuru chia yire the recent case ntwaro cha Sameta boys ntwaro chiskuru chinde, and a lot is really happening asensemo ye chisukuri ne is our ministry to wanata to blame, who now to blame for this? And for that reason we have our educationist, educator, a mentor tocho kwa nera semambi ya bono atutebia mange nga kibono tuwenerete gokora nchendoke sara nyarangi Ontita mama Afrika entingana yeta breakfast show otoli na mzee wa kazi mzee Brighton Makoli usukirake urali gino nyana maji kiagara ni nkwa na tochi ukwa na for a long time. We need some water. Thank you so much. I can see him already now much. Thank you so much mzee wa kazi. Franklin Mayunga wa tall man kijana mtol ako asensemo ye camera, and our dearest girl Nero asensemo wene kiangalindo murubile bairu mwikira bila kumsahau our super producer Joshua Auta. Yato chako morobelia senchira bena kulendeli tangani nganchere tumwalegani omagani ito ase studio sa Henry. How are you?
I'm fine, thank
Welcome
you.
so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for keeping time.
Asante.
Very well, you beat all the odds.
Waikana goja mapema.
Yes.
Te babu na lili na ende chinsa chia tokete bobe.
Yeah, sure. Thank you for keeping time. I know for this remaining time na wagonya lutuara sangira mangi. For that reason, ndete ora kura brief introduction who you are egere tumenye uchakasi mambia bono karibu sana
mbia mono lieteria ne ngoro ko Henry Mokua ncheno mworo kia litangani goetani go nde mosemia na boigo uyogo segeta abantu bebigori au asamangana yichisemi mono na yande aliarengete okina kwe amate ase obwamo igo mbia mono asengencho deli bageri naende yoko rakwanere nkwane ye yamangana aliagendereta se chiskuru chaito elinde twagachane bana.
All right. Yeah. Thank you so much, Sir Henry. Naende karibu sana asimambia bono. Ochaka tetora chaka with the sudden incident that happened in Utumishi just 3-4 days ago, if not 4 days ago, throughout the last week on Thursday. As a parent, as a Kenyan, you want to say something about it?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Litangani nganchere ntome amagombane wichase abayiboli ne chiamate chonsi chia siri abana se mo basokanoli naende tosabenga nyasaye ababolemo ekyagara dinelingana liraire kegetambe korwase birangarari byabo igonga nyasaye togosabanga aruo bolemo naenda ruchinguru elinde abayiboli bali nabo igochi amate cyabo abana bamwabo nabali bali yange nabarabo batwara obolemu ekaro erega komenta nayo ntebenga dinelingana lyokogosa kegima naende eganeirie torigie bolinga inkitora akore oikiranu ama machari tabase kuirora naende ase skuru ende yonsi ekaro togenda tegusuka uchibosio igonga mbia mana soko ngalibaga ko rato mama bambayo
yes
elinde ekalto chaka okwana bono etokenga omorigereria nabugate background na maetenga inki kiagera twagani gokwandaringa neri engakibuneye
yes
na ende tari yaro yokabona gwatebere ne chinde nchiro niko bali bonsi banyorirwe neme chando ao terase emerero gose emegoma banafunzi batwara school tuwasabirenga emonguru ababwate elinde obeboliti bo basako baengera.
Yes.
Biamon.
Thank you so much for sending that condolence message. I think na gutumire naye link ya Facebook na ngona kuligine ya YouTube ya Kobaridi producer Gontebi. You will share again which ya ase abantu baiki agarto kwanira ingana eko involve abantu bonsi pi baboneta kuyiwa ase imambi yabono. Mancho muligeria tole neresa Henry Mokua is an educator, is a teacher, is a coach, is a mentor. We have the right person in the studio to quantify the impact of fire tragedies as a school chaito. Tigato chake, what is wrong? What is happening? Because kabiri miaka iri twari gukina bono, we were so much disciplined. Yani ngokorege nto mwibuli ugate biwe. You are already a dead person. You are as good as dead person. Igo twalenga abo sana. But the rate at which tiskuru chiko yera and rest charo kanire, something must be wrong. What is wrong, Sir Henry?
Again, take a tanga ninda tebe, na ndembia sengencho kwa aligeredia matuka ya maiga twakinete na ya lengo kwa maiga. Again, tugia oncholeirie ne ngencho abana bagukini wase society yaito. There's a lot that has changed. Karo kuligereria ngencho chisokoro cheto chia begete oboroso na ende ngencho oborendi bwa abana osoboreri bwa arenge wokorwa arenge ngao. Itangani gukini umwana was a communal affair.
Yes.
Yani amatengi mayare gukini umwana. Ekobwaterana gukini umwana oyomo ase ngencho yegenete nga ekero atabokirie usaikira asagoika na ende nigago chakobo ibwengenja ase amatengi. Igonga egatoka nga umwana ekero atokire nda agukiniwa. Kuruwe getambo kereka mochia sekende gwetera ase kemira keritua bwate umwana nkwegeri gware ngabono ekero kero kende akorukurwa aso bwana akogenda ase ubosae otebereri bungaki kurwa bono onye no mwana omunyaruka enjero gochikomenya nere anya no mwana omumura otebunga enjero gochikomenya nere bono gisemi ekyo kigacha kikabo bateke na modern education ose formal education yetu bwate bono eyo focus yaye era ase gisemi era ase okokora buya na konyora machiwa mayase krasi igonga asembwa eyarenge the key focus ya chisokoro cheito ngo mwana atware mbwengi yali tangani gisemi chinda konya konyora nsema chimwagache lakini tangani atware mbwengi igonga lingana lia mentorship wase coaching nilingana lia ensemenene sana asa matukayo gokini abana namba ibere chiamate echiare kobera amo yani ogwatana nikosogotumana kwa bible ekwarenge ogokongu kobuga buna bono togenderete koenekia abantu bagotigana asekerengo kiegoro mono bono gotigana koria okogera omwana otwara ebirengererio otwara ebirengererio bietaneti ororanga tanchiri na endororanga onya na bense karega tata na mama nakaete nga enjere linkorora bale nabo ekogendera butambe onye basinyanire then life makes no sense.
Yeah, sure.
Batwara ubobe ime yabo ekera banyorere libagali oko akanege siomba they don't care whom they project that to. Oli bakonyora nere bagwakanire gesio tari ngane no oli omomochera gose nabo ibuli babo bali bagera baso ase ebirengererio ebyo oli onde bwense bakonyora nere bago project gose nere bagwikireria ubororo bono abana bona bali bakoreta amang'ana aria you can be sure mochando noro kurunga asenchera ya mogose yende na bigotoka bibuli bonsimbaro lakini asekero kende gwetera soko tumana gose otaye guri bagali okorwe birengereri byabo kwanyoranga bachire korokerie ebirengereri ebyo enchire ngao in a way of seeking attention.
All right. Because you say the foundation each family matters a lot. Igore behavior yo mwana. But how Sir Henry, because if I'm a single parent, tuatanire no mugaka, but I'm instilling values as mwana oyone. How will the separation of myself and my husband affect him or her if clearly I'm instilling what is morals and characteristics, embu and whatever. Like which will affect mwana oyo to
bono boroso bwa bege tukoritangani amonguru manyana bana bege tenga abantu bakoba babere bakini umwana amo nabo ere very fundamental eniringana lyo boroso sana ni manyeta bayibuli abange bakiniri abana single parents na ende babakiniri buya bale abana chimbo cyabo chikwewe lakini tali matukonsi yakababo egento gekabekoro umubuli atigairo yomo wetrase ogotigana kwa bantu gusaba bayibuli nkeringa igokonyoranga obobembole botigarete kero kende bogotigara in the subconscious ebirengere mbire chinsemo ibere mbiro ebito gotumia gokora emirema igatorojenga na muanga ngobo kandi mapema nka chinse lakini in the background ebirengere mbiro bire subconscious bitaikoroka gocha buya lakini bibwate na biro bi influence ase choices inkomeki kero kende ase ngencho gosegwetera ase nchereria nkiniri igonga nabokonyora ekero erebo obo bwarekande bono ekero mwibuli atigairo yomo okonyora abwate kero kende ngotwara ari birengereri kwanyora nga birengereri biria byaikira ase omwana either consciously or unconscious subconsciously matwatebire okonyora taro oberetibo lakini yaikire kobabo na abana aba noyene karoba korre tonsipi ekapungo tigarere iwa mundiro ngaki nje bono ntatu ara bayibuli bonsi akintatu ara tata nje ngende motebie okogani kwane and you know it becomes very critical ekara ikire omwana ikire miaka ye bono totebe teenage or adolescence nego chaka omwana atete ko very close to the parent of the same gender na ekeraro mokake as they graduate kuri miaka kianda gotiga atete ko very close to the parent of the opposite gender bono ekera ikire miaka abere adolescent atete very close no muibori of the same gender igonga ogotabo kurigwa mundiro nabo gokora byonzi pyo ikaranio rangambye kwabikora lakini umwana agwata maswali meyaye musiko naende karago chakuboringa ngaibono tata ko toka libori ndibali liko mwasabi bori abange
I see
igonga ekaro ko muiraneria otabet kiafu bande batebanga iso asirete kale tayo bande batebanga to basa kombori ngabere so in a way of trying to draw attention na go express anger osoboroboria bwate bona bakore gento buneke ekyo geko sionora bande chinkoro nebirengerere
yes but now Sir Henry, who do we blame? Who should we first blame? For example, the case of Utumishi. We're using it because now it happened. And we are not interfering with what is in the courts. But who now? Is it the parents? Is it the administration? Is it the student?
Tomochie a society wholesomely totaracha to the individuals because of the systems bono osenchira a society ere bono iga where natuate bali tangani it has become very individualistic kero monta minded tie biasara biaye ondeta yokumetinga umwana bwe mama tenga kiago kina abaswali togote banga ukimlea wako na wajirani na au na wa mwenzio mle ekiagera utamoreti uyo lensemo uyo kwa kiniri bia no ago cha kwegera chimbo korwa asari igonga society as a whole egane irienga eirane ase aria koruso chia begete tuare gokini umwana as a communal affair a bit differently this time yani nabo tutakora exactly una bale gukora lakini inchira nero wetera agents of socialization where family is one of them of course ekanisa naye yamo yabo chisukuru ne chinde chikogera umwana akine bunaganiri bono coming to individual or institution totebe as stakeholders yao bono okomochia ogotana na beta benga no komochiwira kinende asengencho tokoriya machibu litangani igonye genete nga omwana abana batebirie of much as we have departed from the norm totally kuba kini bune baga kini ngakije chisokoro chetu lakini ngakiene ne bwate systems chai bono abana batebirie nga ekerolinga na lia bererega amogo koraiga igonga litangani abana bali abanyene na butokora amachiri tangani asengencho nga mbabwateti morokereri wali baire kyani matenga abayibuli mbatemete machasi bataikirani
kiregento
batemete koba morokereri nga amoko menya igekera muri n'abantu bande abali muboyigo bagakorabo lakini asengencho ye miaka na influence ya boturatebe osempia pressure barabuna bagisangi babo bagosegeta nga tware okoraiga nabo irabia naende nkorengereri nga umuikano ororo tariuka waida okogera abana baikira ase bali baikirete kero kende meikaye chicult people who are extremists bali bakoranga babugate musimamo boboka batakumende tinki abantu bande barengerete bakoranga kero umuntu awende korengerera na bakorengerera megwe kanone libuna al-Shabaab na bande babwate okwegena gwakora karanga no kwegena kole lakini kole extreme yani bagotakanga ebintu byo na barengerete kero kende kwanyora abana batware chimbwa kitali chia kawaida batwara amangana aliakorokwa gayism amangana lesbianism yani bagotwara ubwanchani n'abanda bale begesaku kyabo ose of the same gender ekara bako nyora ba kongeirwe ose ababande bako ba rorenchere ngao mbaba appreciate tikora ko babuna abamo babo they would want to revenge much as we cannot say that is what happened lakini ebine bintu biria part of which bikogera osense mo yabiri biragere ekera ali kyara imwana kiore birengerie ebyo gwokyo omorero ogotonga na ndagenda abekecha bikurusiko koene kingonde tayogosoka that was extreme igonga abana banyene mbabugate mamacho lakini gwetanigo our institutions chinyinge especially secondary schools nchibwati functional guidance and counseling departments nande yengo kwana nobole mosenga nchona atari school chinyinge korande there is that attempt lakini oyo wikaranso no li osukiringa nabo mbwato moyo bwo semia bana lakini they lack the professional skills a professional background yani elie kogera ekomo aligania achiko handle cases ao echibono togendete gukwanira igonga ekero igotokanga these programs inchiyo ekiagera I personally sit in that department in my school amangana abana bakuru na ronka botambe abana bakuramwa abande sengencho abayibuli banyoranete muyibuli kabwate mwana omo babere umwana agotebigunga aye manyete seino talia wanda tako ligiseino bali bawanda kurwa machibo bamotebi ngaya tali boy go no gotebigo mangana kero kende abamate bakwana oyo wanda takomo bolemu na komosegeta atuale ebekereri gori ero manyene nero komunyoringa mata tali seino binte byo kora wanda kuirana ekero ya beirebo kwanyora nga umwana onyora obokonye karachire skuru through the guidance and counseling department ekara ikiroro orokia emechando yae nori uikaranso omotegerera erinde omotebinga nonyekereigo osemeri nkoro agekoro omokia nka oja kubera omotuko make oja kwenda college uchigocio kwabeire omusiboro uchigokora amang'ana buno okorere kogwenera igonga our institutions, and it's about time as a it has been a long wait. We have become very busy. Okoreto ogochandeka kwa bantu abange na se abana abo abanyene.
Yes.
Igonga it cannot be a single individual or a single stakeholder turatebenga tutaraikaria soko tebanga exit chiro sigwe chidom chiwe standard which is of essence.
We got safety.
Lakini karo ebi beyonce byakorero lakini tutara address the fundamentals.
Yeah, sure.
Igonga mechando ne roba.
Yes. Ekiagera sa Henry nimanyete role yo mwibuli na gwatebire. You know parent orati umwana yaki ni masomberera that way. Everybody they try so hard. Otebie bana babo, my son be like this, my daughter be like this. Bakoko bo mwibuli umwana bake school. But now inje to me now mwalimu nabo ate libaga na ende mono because nyino mwana ule boarding most of the time we bali na abalimu. But how now yakoba possible kwanyoraga bana bana ubago swana mandawa ya kulevya eskurume abana aba na ubago swa ne bibiriti bune ebyo because I believe nga omwana ule boarding school on tutwale bitabu nechi pencil nechi karamu nechi uniform period no another foreign thing again. But kwanyara bana ba they accessing hiyo kibiriti bune ekyo osegende kyo guta they even have wakibuyu pia maguta babugata pake petroli they have madawa ya kulevya omwana atindete skurume. Now to me I blame a school abalimu because they are with the students. What is their role? And how come abana bago so ani bintebye school? Because school ngana wana nyomo boli are very strict and actually umwana gako ande school bunalenge but the way they find these things now because to aviro lisa handress to school
nko babire naende nda chaka so kwene liga abana kero kende njiriri to manyete nkatali bo bale class.
Okay.
Abana be myaka you especially okonyora babugate embwe ngao piekero balenkana abaiboli ekero baikire school ebintu bakworoka ligatie school gatiankane school ebingao sana ekogera abaiboli Moscow ekaro korangeri umwebuli acha gotegera ikineki umwana we au kaninga mwana neta gotokase magoso bunayi asengencho umwana bisete yaye kurwa so muiboli bono kerokende umwalimu uko yimanya na ndetali umwana ago purpose ngumwalimu ayemanya umwalimu ndenda asengencho yo gotumia professional skills chaye ago tema kuligeri oranga umwana oyo encherale talibuye aso kumugeri gwoka usinekera asimi goseisika elinde umanya konyora ngumuchando noro uchikorangeri umuiboli lakini ase role yo mwalimu abana aba bamatukaya babeire aboge gwetani amaryo gayogo teba bibiriti n'ebintu bindi bali n'abana bago chonge sabuni kabisa iga ubeka bintu biria taite kubeka emebisa ine oyeira nibuyo yesiri buna yarenge ayoroche nga ne sabuni yabwate lakini ime ase sabuni eyo ajete bintu byo kumisana igonga it's supposed to be a collective responsibility yani no kubwatara nakogane irigati yo moiboli na ndekaro moiboli kwarangeri gunga umwana ororekandire gotaba buye egente getangani okora no koira nanse orayereswa uraru benefit of doubting aki umwalimu kerokende njire yagoteba na bira bekene umwana oyo mbiyamo kinete na nabonye gendete ngano mbiyare lakini asengenjaro umwana na ende bwe myake na biranyarekana buna bagoteba na bira erinde umwalimu akoya nere birangere byaye ngakiaroche mubwaterane because abana bunabu I've had cases mwana akurikerwa rirube umwe buri orangari bunga mwana yagana irikwanda for counseling this number of sessions ka gukora counselor like rirube amurikere rirube aindosinga indeed you at sessions yech na ende transformation ya rekand igonga abarimu egap nero of course because you see ayana mangana ataganeti holiday
yes
parenting osogo kinyo mwana whether at home or at school because when I indicated bari boarding nkaya abo ngangane school because that is where they spend like 9 months 3/4 of the year they are in school so what happens egane iringa ekero baso iroro etokenga programs yechinkorani chire constantly but mosuko where parents are needed to facilitate these programs kwanyoranga interference ya beire kaga kurwa serikali osande kwanyoranga because egane iringa asengencho oyo ikaransta as a department yekta professional negane iri musuko umugani yarangeriwe achakwane n'abana regarding drugs regarding you know same sex affairs na mangana bunayo banakara kwanyorire nga efforts maybe that department yesenje barenga kugani nkoro babekire meroberinga ntonyoro mugani orega wiki endo yondache orega eyende kogenderera because again in teaching change of stimulus is very important yani uko change ya umuntu oseto tebo mwalimu oyo ko kwana n'abana tebanga no ryoyo mo kwana n'abarabu kerenga because the approach aratumie nabera ikere bake tekera abana egaro mugani yagocha enchera nerara kwane n'abana nyore ngo mwana utatete osibokire boro kiringa aigame chando nero bono ngakimo nkonya nande abana mbare bago twaro gusibore gwashia no muntu mugeni utoma eti buya kobuga bali abari na barabuo chinga kichonsi igonga nega neirie okubwaterana asengenjo abane ngenjo barenka nenjera bale sukuru nenga depending on what influence there is in between
ngwa kwana litanganisa Henry nga enjera tukwebeka nka nabona endera reflect mpake school there is a speaker to aleta mwakili an advocate of the high court wakili George Moore ayara katebanga the way twebekire ntubune society to samba chipara hi and there kero to kora ekorobekana tuatongiri chipara chiro siribia tuasalia wana banalire nga kama nyumbani tunaona barabara zinachomwa nothing happens vitu zinaharibiwa nothing happens so we follow the suit could it be possible like that
yeah sure
yes
ekyo ekine kende kragere emechande ywe ekiagera it's like we are initiating them, we are introducing them to a new way of problem solving or conflict resolution. Ngekaro gotumana kwa beire tali matukonsinga no gotegererana nabo gosali entogete elinde orioko machera arorenga kwa macheiro igonga ntwenda kwelire na ende society tuora ningaki nchira kitura kore elinde na intwe karato kworo kikeriria ndagiito ntobasa gwetania tobasa kobeko mugweka no mubasa abana bagukina barorenga na bewanete kobaiga igonga ne lingana liganetie very drastic and critical changes amonchoro ligete ara abasekorekana koba abwato burito bwanene nande akoban popular yani abantu batanje at the beginning lakini are necessary for us to have a difference going forward
there is a follower who is following us actually from the United States of America whatever the role of teachers and parents in shaping discipline ya savana baito I think kwayo kwanera umanyira otanga on your own view on his view if there was a problem matutumishi then why are we seeing other schools closing actually chiskuru chiasekire indefinitely chiskuru wetaninye chiskuru chigenderete kuya sameta ya yete sameta boys and other schools on fire so whatever it is not the first case. Does it mean we are not learning from mistakes? Why are we seeing other schools again? If we have seen a case in Utumishi, then why are we seeing so many schools almost the same thing happening in there? And why are we not learning from mistakes? Henry 1998 Bombolulu, if you remember, and we lost 26 students. It was an arson. It was not a faulty estima. But they thought to make a estima sana. But investigation yego korwa tuanyora na abana. Aba bintu bindi byo koruna abana. Ne chinde estima of course. But when case yekyo and the recommendations was given. If we start by the recommendations chair and this should be done and this and this and this, you should not be here talking about the Tumishi case, the other school's case. Why are we not learning from the previous cases?
Well, now that again is complex. Litangani totebenga abalimu ntoka neirito be again oinyorenga corporal punishment nja gikeretuwe gakano bone gento karo constantly ukwana na abana
may talk
which nyasama yana arochenga ekeranya na bokigana irio lakini ende you know sometimes because of the treaties we sign internationally so that we fit in na chichiko toletera kya mangana bano buna yogo kane geranyo mate garwete isiko agacha na ende tokaya embrace asengi totete koba in agreement na other nations maybe our sponsors ya samangana isemina mangana ande kwanyoranga letira monchuri talingo kwana no kobekore lakini rende extent inkere kwa ninga mwana ewe egesuro elinde gago kwanero when you combine everything yake bono wetani ayo sometimes nkore matole ko otegerera abana asengencho tokoranga ebirengere libiri bakorwa ebire weird kwanyara abana kero kende entertainment bataite extended yake and because we are a farm torochenga baratu kute chinza chogosoma twakana twatebanga the 30 minutes tobate chisa
is enough.
Bona ekara ya beirego when we take a very firm stand na barobo bwato musumamo obo on data igo seed ground we cannot really move forward as we should. Again to toka na iri appreciate as teachers as we move forward nkelinga ngakia change it bono abana batogo kinimbare banga wetani nchereri twakinete igonga sometimes nabotogo itaba when we feel like entonke gego chigosareka nabotogo itaba totebenga eke we can extend chidageke chichoko ligererigo se ne TV ali school se ko watch umupira ko okora entertainment nginyore musani onde nantebie kararenge school chi school chigachaga kuyengencheye omone nobo their principal aka come up with a very creative idea aka rora egento geko changie karakora tukibwa yaka manyanga abana egento kibachandete no mupira akababiga screen chisaine I think it was a season of World Cup bakaligereria umupira bagaisaneka asengencho the school had capacity akabajencherie menu akega abana bakeunga nkabale bakagendera like that for the remaining part of the term ekaba ande rusi ntambe bachikuirana akanyora ba adjust ibirengereri so when they brought them back to the system that there was before bakanyoranga abana batwere there are times when naende tali school oka no yaninka engakinero gwancho mwana akobwe ekiagera mwana bunori oromoke of course nabekera baikire myakeye bamanyitenga they know very much so kubate binga bago chirenchire strictly it doesn't happen always no ninkaria agonyoro mwana oriomoke okomatebinga tigakora gento gelikwa mukana na kiakora bwata maiga yogokora togocha komoitari tukorigima sometimes yogotiganga ki gochie tabanga ngenta tagose abuna ekio agosaria gekeiga ekibono tigage sareke inde ngokinare na chaitania igonga eganeirie totegerane where need arises we need to seed ground to abana ogoto ngakimwa rora togokora ringaneri as long as it does not cause a lot of
harm.
Yes, we agree.
All right. But then why are we seeing these fire outbreaks, destruction of properties during second term and some part of third term? First term, ngoranga vinte vimbiro kana so much unless estimate at fault naanda kesana. But why are they so high? Term 2 and term 3.
Mono, I think it's because of the pressure. Bunekonya comount because term 1 garoto gocha to relaxed yake. There is activity lakini not a lot of activity. Karoto ikire second term nalikonya isukuru kitete ko banga joint exams. Nalikonya abari bachakire gukora syllabus batete bakori abana matemba bariganie for the joint exams for mock na matemwande partly ekino bo gekogera because largely abana bali under pressure ose abantu bande bonse bari under pressure we cover revolt in some way so yaga ninga toligereri even these exams toligereri naki matemwa ya namaya lakini rende anye kerenge ke totete ko yaikeriga ko cause this kind of harm na boto ko regulate to stop the intervals chama temwa ya korero erinde toke pressure largely it is because of pressure bona chitamu ichiko nyagotira to gikatati tambono okonyora pressure nero lakini at the same time umwana nagete sabu ngaki this is where my life depends on bona matemo yari busia na ikiranga iganonya tinde yari ganibuya tiganto ererenya yari ganie karango kalinko nyara timbasa go salimba asa ko rutu isiko tinkora matemo so much as those cases would be there nchire limited again in third term asenge ncho matemo abere irange umwana atanyore amagisi yako mutambo kichikira skende ose akore biasa matemo ari KCSE achigosuka uchigosi igonga it is largely because of pressure factors ina machirabo lakini ekyo nekemeka na ende usokoligeria a season ya mangana ari international bune mipira na kende most of them would be happening in around this time of the year so viagera abana ba revolt injire
but they una World Cup ngo chakere wango iga mutenyo yosta yes I think World Cup starting this month all the way which mutenye is it this month Mayunga World Cup yes it's this month
bona karo to ba manyire ngane kare obano to nyakori screen mapema muskono bago takabako ore mapema baje babera se ba abugato bosibole bwabo but these are things that we can adjust and accommodate ekaro to kwanete na barabuo from my experience abana karoko bategerera with minimal judgment kwa bali bagabaereza ngakibirangeli byabo bire kwa baboli nga turakora ngakirabe sometimes you allow them ba engage barabuga se barabunga ki genda ngumura harigeri nenu ngakiyende ke wanda ka mara tama cheap if you allow them a bit more a bit of freedom birangeli byabo biri ko bare mono na biri kwa bwate ebunanka nandenga temo weka no yonto ayirwete litukorinde abana bose ko batenga draw a menu kientongeo kani mono barabeko it is the frequency barabeke keriero kera lituko wasege ntogete lakini chindagera nchiri it's just a matter of frequency mogote baninga bono ndocha konyora ne quantity obatevinga bono quantity ne taneti yake tigatoke iga na these intervals tigatoke iga and we are at home they own it
but what happens umwana na nimwegereti tabiengia umwana Joshua na mwegereti tabiengia mayunga the same bright on the same what happens when these students meet juu mwana kabisa na boroche mwana ombiyo mubegeta maadili kama they go to school be a good boy be a good girl or the yes mom na ende no mwana oroje ngata gweta nta kwenda maminjana kirio masometi. So what happens sikara wana aba umeranire because there's something that happens. But I was asking again, is peer pressure na very very strong ngana be what the chinguru because I think no yo mugare go jago batenga now atutaki. Then all of them join.
Actually,
yes.
As a miakeli yabo, the adolescents.
Yeah.
They pay more attention to their peers than to anyone else, including their parents. So the only parent who would win, omwana ole miakeli, no yoko wunse achele boyaye. You cannot be up there and give instructions, and you expecting omwana olinko bali bunotayete. The only way you do to succeed. Okoira nanse ochebakase baberete so that if it is games batete go play on the computer musuko nayo create time ochora ababolinga again moyenga kiere. What do you learn from here? Like manyole asemoko chakira bakoye birengereri byabo storm into the kitchen musuko muntu musacha no culture ke bwata manganaye kwara yando kwa batenga lero tigana igenda baroseri kendega but you don't send them away no balense maiga baganya wake story nali bagatoro bani bateba birangari bibataye bateba yero kusekera mole in some serious engagement baragotenga nonye kereiga tata ali arongo ajete mono you see, you find a way. You say, "Karamo," you say, you go out. Saying, "Enjoy society." Ache, chiri wano bintu bitali wana likale. Mokora ayanda isiko. Kwa bowling akarata ntevingo tohango feedback. Akimoroje to bairete muna Bible.
Yes.
At such times, and I've seen it happen. They will open up a thing. And to kelika Kenyan reward just your colleague. So we need to find some safe space within the home. Oseisiko, tora baili baga, they express freely. Elinde tomanyanga ngaye birangari biao. Lakini ase miakeli. Number one, they are seeking identity. But I tokumanya barabu barabi. If they are not well guided through that process, especially yeso talk about challenges in Chile kama ritu ateba, Bible imba ikobwata na birangari mbara morakini. Kero montako ngusere nsemba
ya waranga apa akuna
so bono bagotwara in their subconscious there is some bitterness but it ko release ekarabanyo really ba release ekarabanyo rande na peers ba no other company matters more than that so that influence ige ko baira buango kobwa yanka because they want to fit in. Baranga ntakoleti gabona bagoteba bono mbagocha kunganchira mboyo mo tigankoleiga elinde na nchembe a part of them. So only a few bali abaibuli babo bakogunse ngenche yunaende babali na bago succeed much as we are not saying atochiko exclude punishment because discipline kabisa. Lakini we need to have a balanced way of doing it.
Okay.
Uko abaire gusuro yero mambirete kewa baebo nsigose urio ikrani bina mwate baneti so that it is a balanced way of doing it. Talio condemn continuously.
Natali ugo takwala pako maana bata aye dadi akikuja mimi unyamaza kabisa.
Yeah, sure.
Ama mami akikuja yeye ni simba. Ibina bibi agaliro bono mwana kwenda ba comfortable mono na bali ba mwabe school. So esago tebunga tuende pandei ataenda kwa sababu akona freedom na wale watoto. Akiwa kwako you are too harsh, you are too controlling until omwana bono osinyukumanyanga.
Yeah, actually nande yanto kende very critical to tara ruabo. Love is a basic need. Omwana otanchiri boli bu yabunega neiri. Nka for some reason we carry go wanchani obo outside and now peers are ready to offer it wholesale with conditions of course. Oh karaiga I want you are one of us and they would show their love for one another chinchira otanyale ku understand abana ma tenko go bale shopping okumenya kibona yara bwangwe kumbe umwana achitaka bagero mugisangi wa yenusu ose bagisangi bae asinge charo chenga nkana bo biratoke just to make their friends to feel like to experience love, so that it's a give and take. Karoba rure minto biri no linera mokonye what they can and they all belong.
Okay.
That is what makes them now love to be in that circle.
All right. One critical thing about love. So how will our children differentiate between love and when you are giving them discipline? It's yoga chiro mwana. Because chiro mwana wangu chalo tadia nipendi. How now, how should they understand about this love we are talking about? But ye differentiate between akarumo bulio ko mwana with discipline. Juu ababoli abange banjita abana mono mpaka biba discipline mwana akorango chiko discipline mwana ushale ko rati mwanjeti. How should we handle the two, love and discipline? Na abana baitu banda saninga eke mama akora because of love, neke mama akora because she or she was disciplining me.
A balance nega neiri.
Yeah.
And love that does not operate within a certain framework, they call love. The love should be accompanied by justice at all times and fairness. Where justice here means when punishment is needed, it's supposed to be offered as an element of love.
Okay.
Na kyo mongro manyana ogora tebra Hebrews 12. Ngabalia abana bae bali anjete. Weka ko bae susuro elinde nali bararonge. Warore. So what happens nonyana as parenting? Igane iringa umwana sengenchole or close nere. You know, when you are close, okoranga ekembi ya kora kwa mo encourage sometimes verbally kero kenda bora orarwekeo, lakini ekaro kwararire nga naende ngo korara mu macho naro wike kubeteli mukie keranyo mogorore ekiagera you are looking into the future. Naende tugenda tukunyoria abana constantly ngaki amachika ya tubegete na bwawo chikokonya, because as for us we are already living in our future. Ndo tukari tu akori gergo chibo situ atebanga ngo chako bo monene ndaite nchemenya iga inyomba ya nera abeiga onda atake ko lichindagera chirega na gokora mangana nenchiragete. We are living that future now. No nya turayikera nikegima because as long as nyasato eto bogima, you always desire something better, something bigger.
Yeah, sure.
Largely egento keganeirie nkeringa abaiboli tobe conscious torena ki omwana nyito taeta chiko kina wenere goika tomoe gesusuro asekeganeirie na ende tomoro kyo bwanjania aseboganeirie. Of course I've already said ekaro komoa egesusuro, it's an element of love. Because go komotiga na ende ekara ikira atekira maisa arorirenga elinga elia wanta ko baiga, they come back to blame us. Muna na into tokoliere maiga the same way you are saying. Tokoliere maiga really for us majority of the people of our generation tokoliere maiga kwa kero mwiboli mbia mono asengencha atindiete ikiara alikuwa bankwale okonye nkwale wikasole. So the contrary now is akaro toko kia bana bono igamo no tutaiko ba yesuro where need arises bajo wikabusiari abaja kwirina baturagereri batebe ngaki minumu aroche
kikwaroche ngogenda kombo
inkimotare ko totebe.
Where did you leave us?
Yeah, so that balance is necessary. Elinda abana mbaba sako genda baetani na ndeba cheko kuiranira gose na ndeba cheko turageli maya ngi tutabagorre.
Because there was a video I was watching the other day in Karoranga. The son was married and he was speaking so careless, which is and the mother is there. Then one went and he ended Kahama. So after some time, the son is now realizing I'm alone, my wife is not there. You know, aligeukia mamake. Kumwambia, you were here while I was shouting to my wife. Why didn't you tell me that was wrong? Kwa nini hukuniambia hiyo ni makosa? Why were you watching and you let my wife go? So, umemwambia kumwambia, me, where is my miss? Akamwambia, you are my mother. Unafaa kuniambia hii ni kizuri na hiki ni kibaya. But you let me shout to my wife, now she is not here. Go find her for me. Igolenda abana njire tukubarira no bwanjani obonene twiba kuba the right direction na bego cyo gutunjikira later on.
Actually,
yes.
While on it, we can largely teach our children by doing, through action. Bana ntoiko mbai kweorokereria chimbo kurwa stole gwetera sogoto tegerera. So especially issues to do with social roles or gender roles. Yani kelinga mwana moiseke agwenda gukora mangana arega na yana igosembere me yene umwana umwe ko wenda gukora mumra wenda gukore mumra to iko mwegelinga mu saja na roko ena kinge nyumba ya siekirwe kero gose ena kinge bintu byani kurusiko na ende osieka na roko ena kingo siekire nyumba igakorra gukora nero akorore go lesikari go gwati na kugita akumanyanga mumbura yenere mere magwenda takokora. You do not teach them over the same way we learn language or we acquire. Let's say we acquire our first languages. Mundu tayo ikaransi sako so mike gusi. Nege ntukwa tegerete bana bayuli bago kwana gusibali barengange naye ukaigwa ukamanya. You see there is grammar yeke gusi. Karo ke gusiye ukwanu kebunegete na boko manyanga kebunegete lakini unataka kwirite kirasi yako typing ya sentence yake gusiye akabai. So the same way we acquire language by listening, then twachaka gukwana twanyora twayebwatire nabo nembwanero to kweorokereri. So again, much as society abere muna yabere tutayatokora umuki una bayibuli tutokenga godutoro muweka no muyochi asabana garabakora to kora umuki na to kora mangana aria aneri na enda century wendete na barau bakweorokereri baganinga bamenye buna tomenyete baba sawecha ko disappointment because the next thing they are going to tell us, where do you get the moral authority on correct kiara manyane mangana ya naro gokora
mangana makong sana. Thank you so much Dr. Henry Mokua is a mentor, a coach and an educator. Tumabwata somo ruribona mambe gukwanira iguru yari toro cyagenda tokorekana sechi skuru chaito abana baito bagokora umwana musubati umino umwana mumurumino mwano. So many things are happening as a school. Gusamba chiskuru, go distract mali chiskuru, goikawa na bande mbasira kuru ali tumishi, wano tokubora ninga ngogweneta komochiwa. Kolendesa Henry Otebirenga is a collective responsibility. Can we go back to where we began? Kare umwana bumuntu kwale komanyora anyhow. What are you doing here? You can even beat her or him. And umuire bakasu umibole no umibole naenda mo discipline. Bako umwana manyanga this is wrong. Whoever who is we can discipline, and that's how we were brought up, with the dignity, with the amasikani. That is why we are here. Brighton, Mayunga. You don't care. But then we even more. Finally, atalearn from omwana oli watigete abwijirani yao kamutia ngatiga tigara na koba no mwana oya. So we are trying to get some amachibu tutaite koliginga ki ngakitogo koro muchando yobeire too much. And it what about koba mono second term, third term, whatever. It's about pressures. Wana jibali faster, mwe more relaxed. Wana garwana ne syllabus kirengati ya kongire wana batete matemu wana batete this and that bacha kulinga nchiraki togo twat nchiraki togo swana na curriculum mweyigari ndetanyoro busibuli kwanyoranga bakolire bintu bitabwenerati. But those are our students. Abana naro chiba batabanga now we are training iko tokale kukinia abana criminals because wana karo mwana asambiro mwana onde ndo mwakule. Do we classify that as a minor? To me is a young criminal.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Na ndege suru na wakana irikeru gecheto there should be a starting point ya skaralingan. Bae we suru we isaine gekogera bandi bache ko irokanga aya na mamocho. No nyagi suru nge ikoba essentially the surest way yoko kanya obobebu nobu ayuande tuate bakuruma karabeire nege sura bakane erikebe gwiti erinde bamanyenga amangana ya bakorete n'amabego etani na indi tabwende tikwirora
ekyagara saheni togonte binga abana abuna kwaruche they begin fire alafu they lock. You know, they were very intentional. Awono walikuwa wanataka kweli hii kitu ipate hao watoto wote wamefunga mahali wataondokea kumaanisha they wanted to do it. It's not by mistake. It's something they planned. They have been following it. Now they got a chance to execute their plan. Very wrong. Anyway, ekatoga ndatuko suka iguma chimanyo kubwata liboli na boko tulikira gwetera 0735333000 osoto nyora ali Facebook na otolika biseta TV asensema ya Facebook page live na bego YouTube ntoro rongo na anda asensema ya YouTube na rondigiringa who is with us ase emambi ya bono to bwata na educator otya mangana manga mentor and a coach igoro ya mangana ya abana onyene mangana rich relationship and all that abuto gukwaniranga na kibono tukwendete ko instill chimba chingia ase abana baite go guchindo soma chujumbe later on ekarotoga ndrete igano morobelio. Sir Henry, what are the safety measures bona chiwonete kuimokiwa gose ko put in place to avoid such things in the future? We must have a plan, a strategy, and this must happen so that we curb these things in the future. Because we can't carry on now and again. Naende to we can next week, naende to korangeling and another incident and no, it must come to an end. Things must be black and white. It is like this and this. Yes.
Bono, because nelinganali a very quairo and remedy, it requires some multi-dimensional approach. Yani, ekaroto and the Korea, Nachidom Cheto, Chiro, serious standard, the Serekali Ganeti. At the same time, Toganeti co-enhance our guidance and counseling departments. Ngaki aikire serikali wanete either ke abalimu wose professionals wa guidance and counseling yasi skuru kubwatika ne ratio ya abana baro wose baire bali baro already bale no moyo baba train batware professional skills jogo tegerera abana elinde baigwe birero byabo ne mechando yabo and they respond appropriately gochiase concerns chiri babwate igonga ekeroto serikali gandrete ko ligereri ko ene kinga safety measures yichinchiro because you see when we focus on those measures chokoros chidom chire standard gete what we are saying basically is that we expect this to happen another time. Lindege uchakobaiga abana bachibanya balinchira bagotama. Bono we need to go back to the root.
The root cause.
To the root cause. Torolenga nko empower tole these agents of socialization to whatever. School being one of them, serikali investi obia abalimu batoke bayisaine ba guidance and counseling. Secondly, amangana ya tuateba mentorship because now counseling is one, mentorship is another. Tukane irito nyole structures. As chukuru chaito, maybe a vote is needed now. Kworole kanalinga mentorship gose yantokenge ekyo still under the same department ya guidance and counseling. Ase abana bakonyora omogeni ago chakwana barabu either weekly or bi-weekly drawn from because these are things we have done in the few schools I've been and I have seen their impact. Babe drawn kuru chinsemo au the lawyer chiche akwane litukolinde torangeli mu engineer litukolinde torangeli mu nyagetari litukolinde torangeli mu ralie omwana bwerora in those people a few years to come. Orangaki because as we said here, I remember one time when we were talking about self-esteem, abana babwate low self-esteem, they are prone to risk behavior. So a way of averting that crisis no lioko ba empower na ndekero mwana amanya naki na bonta abombu yamona ase class lakini ase sports no muyande ose bintu mbire ngokora na inche bintu mbire nkonyara ekera ebekere ligori boigo igo konyora nga misbehavior yaye gekwira nanse go say discipline yaye gekwira nanse because they are working towards a certain future abana abange bakora amangana aya bari barusiri moyo. And because we have already said love is a basic need, ekaro wanjani wa already from all corners in kambanchiri school mbanchiri bachongo nonete bakoranga ki bono ningana irikoba let me die or ni baseko gende chera for life then it is better because ni mbaisika there's no one who cares for me. So ega neirie mentorship programs yecho chi kongi was chitingwe church
mandatory
church which is an agent of socialization, another agent of socialization. Karoko ikanisa chetu chinga matukaya tokonyora basaye una matukari twakine so ega neirie programs chitoke chibekire chirichira appeal to young people bache karo basoire kanisa banyora megeriwa atali scriptural entirely lakini agokunira life skills nga ki okomenya wakorire school turanyora mirimo. How can you keep yourself engaged so that you do not fall into such risk behavior? Ekarama amegeri kwayo. So we need to reinforce, in other words, we need to reinforce our agents of socialization. We say institution chichikogera abana batuara amorokereri wamaya starting from family to koromo kibuna Bible starting from church, from school ne chinsemo chinde chiria chiko agato mwana okina senchire wenret. We need to go to the root. Much as we are also addressing those measures chiria chi takanga buildings chibe standard gete chimanya cover safe for our learners.
I get you, Sir Henry, and we need to go back to the root. Toligi again to kilige kogera bana bago koraiga. To kenyora no even these other measures na wachita of nini so much. But the rende throw it was new konyora that root cause because it has been years now. Ntora nyara we address the root cause. Actually, as much as we address, the more these cases even increase.
Ntora address we have identified we have identified the problem. We have not been intentional about addressing it because mnamangana ya bere ko gwate bombo lulu it has been decades lakini have you seen the government get very intentional about engaging professionals bakole amangana ye aitwateva advancements ichitoro cha se health sector tobwata machines of all manner these days okomolekuga mochando manyingo ora somo gongo bereta segete exactly ogana iri operation ose rioge toruo. We need exactly that advancement in our social life in our social structures elinde counselors babe kubaisaini if there are challenges that come as a result yani along the way as they come they get researched on and solutions are sought because you cannot figure out everything at the beginning na kiokorera no nyansi biye yotobwata bono engakija igetenga turachakango we learn you see why we are at it so eganeri ntora ba intention about addressing this problem. We have what we call wishful thinking ngarenda abana mbache baike ba change goseboboy and I've said punishment is not a very sure way of addressing misbehavior. It needs a multidimensional approach. Eliyoko omwana anchwe bunaga neri wanchwa naenda bwe ero monyene ero ko bwe ligori atware healthy self esteem okonyoro chakire gwe distance kurwa same
kurase bintu bunebyo
yes
behavior bunecho bia mana sana bono nganchire to rasoma chujumbe chirigega amulilito utubwatete atutumire gochagiga ase studio sema mbia bono gochakira kefa kereri marindi kurwa alisironga amini kefa kereri marindi sironga otanga mukwani maiga mange mono tebire nkwa maiga mange sana bia mana sana kefa kereri marindi sironga Grand Dennis agoteba mna no ali mekura Nakuru City agoteba nga sa Henry Mokua karibu sana ase studio enda karota nga kesi za kuchoma mashule zimekuwa mingi ni nini ifanyike na kwa haraka which interventions should be done very quickly totara enda address for a long time solution but what mitigation will come out immediately one of the cases what should be done and from even the government immediately a short time intervention as we wait for the long time mitigation. Asante Grand Dennis sio tutalijibu na endaga tenga mwanafunzi onde bwens ogoche gotoka kusambe school oyone kirimino abu atwe na wiko bosyo bikigambero na gosiekerwa hata mwanafunzi onde bwens bono personal responsibility. If you did this, you should take a responsibility. Not magana yako tebanga that's a minor. Was it not a minor when he was planning all these things? We should look at it that way. Andrew Machini, Andrew Matunda, agoteba kurwa Nyamira Town, imeya Top 6 Salams Club. Anasema yuko ndani. Watching from Nakuru, asante sana. MCJ Mo James agota Marani Kegogi well represented biamona sana abongati yabali batulikira kijumbe kolene ko kwera nalitole chigachia yakera ndeni singa what should be happen immediately now we can tokuganya for a long term solution ana rasa sema ya YouTube tolenga ngotulikira tia sem imambi yabono tosome chonsi ase obwamo ekarto gusuka busyo tomanya gusuka muri nyora tuli na sa Henry Mokua oyore mentor coach educator mangana arengete ayonso kwanira semambi yabono kurochisa muchiri cha Nyamira County asense moya YouTube I'm almost there yes keep them coming amaboli abwate ase imambi yabono asante sana agendera gutuma ikiagara ndebo na ligo chega tinkolitiga kiagara you've taken your time koba mona intwe ase mambi yabono totarasiko gochimo tu still asamangana a safety njoko boliti ndinde omugambi itase mambi yabono twera na likira ndi Dennis what should be done utogocha kuganya bono to chikoligi the root cause because igongera nyore kana bakabono and still we are counting now interventions kichiwana takokorwa immediately as immediately ente kumna kiabete
bono ente tangani even the short term again tukigana ilibono is a bit of flexibility on the part of the teachers
yes
totemeko tegerera ketorengo nga concerns kichiri abana babwate echo bagotaka go express through bitterness asengencho kerokende banyorire nganto iko bategerera so we need to seed ground a little bit where need arises kero twanyorire ngali nganeli bakoboli gose ne entertainment mo na twateba gose kende keria kigane iriko ba relax ibiranga rigose okay pressure libabwata bonoiga torole ngaitu gwa just onya na matema aga babuchera okay we can drop an exam or two and still life goes on nto basa kobeka nga our programs are cast on stone otebenga in our school we have always done it this way bono if that culture is not working for the better bono nega neriko adjusted yelinde obosera bobe na wetanigo firmness nero nega neri students who are going to be found to be a threat which is abande nega neri bono babe kunka gosena ndege ko meaning abako irwa seke gambero goseno NSL babe kwali ase bata chikotuara influence nene ere negative ochiasa abana bande. So in the short run, we have to be very decisive. As a flexibility ganeri to ye exercise. As a gesuro ganeri abana bali ba very extreme babe kwase bako bera. But while that is happening, thoroughly how best we can even in the short run how best we can enhance our guidance and counseling programs. I'm repeating it several times because I have seen it firsthand what influence it can have. Ekiagera umwana ko misbehave what and discipline. Ekara watu kire buya bia okonyora nge route.
Cause
Route yaye it's either self-esteem or rejection amangananga bunai. Onekara umwana asibukira atebira nga erega then they can be given that comfort. They can be shown that love that netabe exactly una ganeiri lakini to a certain extent but feeling that they belong. Yes.
Talk about this aspect. Ekere ndogo chakorobirwa like that kabe executed like that mede bana mba kuboka just like that na kusambe school asekese chirito konyoranga na abana bali involved. Gaki school abali mu administration, does it mean they don't have any clue? Because mwana narora batebi ngaki gaki na igule ABCD nisikia hivi na hivi. Is it the ignorance from the side of the management, school management? Because uikoigu netabanga nekene no approve. You should have had kuna deal naendelea hivi na hivi, sasa chunguza. Nelie abalimu barobako ba ignorant baranga abana baba kwa bintu vitai. Wanengera ya beire ndaliba chokotanga aki wanafunzi waliongea. Like this case I'm hearing I heard somewhere there's some teachers balinga aware ba iwete chingu mageti no this thing nabukira ikirane and they did nothing. Can we say on that aspect abalimu baitira barubu bakwenda ba
to a given extent nkonyare kanere naende another aspect tutara kwanira to this end mbya kwa bori musikonko nyarora siskuru cheito balimu mbali ko musiramo in some of our institutions asenge njoko nyoranga institutional politics nero baroro bake omanena begete kando abo kwana bayikubwango bachikonya go execute uchi asabande. But that system has been overtaken. That is why I said we need to approach this aspect or this matter with some sort of unpopularity. They are quite unpopular. Most heads of institutions thrive through divide and rule. So ekarerego bona balimu bali murengo ngao moino bakaiwete nga mangana narega bali bake baratebe nga ochitiga barasolve lesson. Kumbe it is going to be far more than they imagined. Negento which cover a big disaster, a national disaster like what we are talking about now.
Yes.
Igonga musuko mangana yango ikale kwanyora singenchu ya campus chiro bande bara irangoranga ya ntugo cha gukwana na tubase gotebunga into tukabangita mangana ya tigatora irangora. So that is why tugane iriko tuara open-ended forms of administration. As ekaroko igulingana as an administrator utaikobo mwango gotebanga anyamo gwaleta yonero bangete okora ategerera kwaisaneka ngaki karatebire let me give it a benefit of doubt wakorobo tukibwa naye ngora ekaroko arire nidie kwa rais abana nabo bakoenda nkama tukugete na inde bairane. I mean nothing really would be a big deal. Ora rengereri ngabona abana bakogenda ngaki school ya itekorekana naroche some scholar ugo kwana nera online ogatebanga chi school they sometimes we got our reputation too much mpaka tuasaria so that kelibano tata itekebe twanyora kiabere na ndege yatandi like what is happening now. So abalimu musuko abana mbama etenjera bara execute amangana abo to basakanyora ingana but in most cases that word spills abakonyora mwana omote biranga gento ngerekerege. So we need to be more responsive going forward. Toteme ko babango ko tegereranga inki kebarobereti inki kiagera bakoroberiga so that where need arises tuamanyanga abana abana baganeri counseling we can even refer them to be counseled outside of school elinde akaroba abeire abaikira alisi baganeri ko bamakwirana na bayibuli tobe more receptive.
Yes.
Karo na tebi umwana yotari kogenda engenchega neiri.
Yes.
Nto babango a majority of the cases na rori na ndi na iguri. Muguri awata igukana mwana na tago toka obu mwamu ngachiri straight. And the moment we do that, the moment mwarimu akoronyora nga turi go cooperate nere erogo okorubo tukibayo irire time umanyire ngumwana yarega atagitago konye mogorore embwe yo mwana mapema onyora you are not cooperative abange the majority na bago isaba batebanga na kore nsemo yane mwiburi atatageti abantu tigage uteregyo tege kemabambo kere and that is why we find wana esego toka ngumwana na oso mwiburi na rorangereti oso rangeye gukurumaiga ngaki umwana onare ngencheye ukandire na ende bono ukire gotoka ase bari bakoreta mwana ya achigo siekerwa. Part of the effects chigo chikoba bono is guilt. Etamo tige bwango akarengera ringa onyenji gokoraiga.
Lakini ndisa Henry tuate banga bona bana korra na baramungu takabatwara their way out. Takabale na barabu be listened to school. But you see there is a school ya beire for so long na their culture, their policies, the way they handle things as a school to change. Wano kama kanyaranga school ya chakita long time ago imekwenda vizuri kama kanyaranga abana gete bajiro mwaka gete now wanataka kusikilizwa with their demands. If you listen to them as a principal or as a deputy principal, kwa unga ki demands they even don't meet. Hakuna mahali kabisa. Mata wanangosha wana demands baka wadanga no. It cannot happen here. Bona ebno kana bno mwalimu the school culture barobano kwa nyoranga au watoto they are extreme so much ba react out of that. And bako tenge to a TV for 45 minutes every day. Akina obe principal, will you allow that? There are some things. There's a culture of a certain school. When it cover followed. Yes, kwama konyara bana bande barabu they want to come with the demands. No rigere no nayo mwibuli, you can't allow that. Bono bama kwa to extreme bono bama ochakwe murungania kwanyara na basokere buna bone school nere is it kapkolel toro jana basokere botuko bagutara nga that's the way they're expressing so that yabali mbabategerere. There should be ways of students expressing themselves. And there is a school with its culture to protect. Yabeiro kurukare. But bono egana limutagete ko change. How possible is that?
Now structures yecho nabo chire yente kiana re chigwana tego sikwa but sometimes it is the approach. You see naboto kana lingana elimo in different fashions and we trigger different reactions.
Emotions and
emotions and reactions.
Yes.
Ekero abana bao come up with such demands was a expression of interest as amanganagete concerns. The best practice in my opinion oko tegerera oigunga nakiba bakwana as points irichabo nabo oranyole 1 out of 10 go make sense was 2 out of 10 then you make them appreciate themselves singa aiga mbia barengereri na mbia barengereri biribinde kwa batebinga ki we cannot do this for this and that reason lakini we will do it in this fashion elindebe good ebe bia for the common good yani to wenere twensi. So sometimes it is the approach. You see, when we are very firm, decisive, that is good. Lakini the context yokoligeli watebanga aigatiganga nchembuwe so that the common good prevails. Warare. Ego much as those cultures, their structures, lakini enga kinere goika because at any given time munegasi yetu yo kworokereri when we go even to class, in our preparation, we focus on the learner. By the end of the lesson, the learner should be able to omwana oyomo toikwenda kubasomi keombe ase ng'encho bono baramo. In the same respect okonyora abana cohort nere gocha umwaka noro abana bagocha bari enchiragete lakini naende kero mwa understandiri mwa bairire enchiragete abana bakora baetete naende batabogete no morembe nto expect mono ng'abana bagochiko babwekaine all through because the structures are there that they fit in exactly was 100%. Sometimes go depart valley from the norm. Nkoya a more relevant example inka.
Yes.
Because of the birth order, you must go to Raja Kwandira. Umwana garajire mutangi, igako machiko bwata mangana alionsi abayuri because those are the people ako look up to. Bwata mangana alia bonsi bunarega na ende oyamenyera without a much struggle.
Yes.
Ekero yo mwaba chiro komobwati. They come up with new ideas. That is psychology. I go come up with an idea. I don't think kuboka saa 12 botambe should be the rule. Na boto kuboka saa moja na to accomplish what we needed to accomplish by the end of the day. They come with divergent opinions. Chitali harmful per se, lakini chiko depart from the norm. So we need to make judgment, open-minded. Ringa ki ebirangeli bakorua. What level of harm can they cause? Ekaratu be appreciated. Are we going to gain or we're going to lose more? Ekaratu be kind. What level of harm or amount of harm are we going to cause? Like school. How much property? How many lives would we have ended? Asing in control. So egana area. Toko baligereria at individual level, at cohort level, ndo basako tebanga ntubono matukonsipi ngenjo toko rane. The seasons even come. Bono nyorenga World Cups yabere kurumaiga. Abana mu abwate ne generation inga itali ukumeli ba lengi focused on their books. Ba chire bona ba ligereti. Again, remember sports now. Is a pathway in CBE. One mwana ochomo kandi ngabere grasi melio kanere kamate kano mupira wacho waka, that is their career.
Yes.
You will not agree. So we need to begin adjusting ourselves. Ngorabana chinga ichigo chenche. Toikerase alebia. Tokonyara ko agree na abantu ba various ages. And in ways that are amicable.
All right. Mbia mono sana mwanchu mo ligiriria bwita ya TV. Ekero mono togendrete gukwanira iguru the unrest. Asante sana. Thank you so much. Togenda tukwanira iguru ya the school fires, tragedies, kiagara na kikire trending. Lakini toko kwanire binte binge because merero yitoligo chabusaigo from heaven. Merero yitoligo follow, toligo echaki bweka. Makere chaki. Yoka naende tali yoka kupatikana no nestima lakini emenge kolengana mnu butukibwa kolru kurumagega okonyoranga it was students involved doing this and that ngito kwaniranga kinga kito kubeka abana baito babe asikibiro nga kito gukore bintu bunebiga ekero mwana ari school umibuli ole metengu mwana school akali right now abatubita abana chi school chi boarding igo to kondoka uchikubuka kwara ligiriri online nakinkirende kiabeire utarachaka kende school yo mwana one gonda nyore yayete butukuntamanyete inga kige kali bono twamenyeira obwoba eju etabweneti koba like that na ende sa Henry kwanyoranga ni sukuru chi boarding day school ende te twana kuigunga yaire anu kwa makanyoranga ni chi dom twana kuunga ne classroom kya go se kitchen ni kya gari kitchen ere bwato muliro so tokunga ni chi dom na ende chi boarding day school atujoi kusikia kitu kama hicho kamwe tutaongea ni kwa nini na aratoka tukwana unabona igana ende ngumanyiwanga Moi Forces Academy, Lanet Senior School, has asked the parents of both grade 10 and Form 3 students to pick up their children towards today, Wednesday 3rd, for a short break. Wana yani school wana. And school nere ya Moi Nakuru nera bibuli bata betugu injumo ya bana baino. Na bono iga it is a Moi Forces Academy Lanet Senior School. Aba bibuli ba grade 10 na student na form 3 students baira bana baba bagendeka. Igogora ba sense some danger. Barolire ngetara juigirana is better. Aba bibuli baira bana. Now what is that? This is the middle of the term. Abana bwena to kuli bitab. Barange goche after. Eyedali after. This is a forced half term. Sir Henry.
Actually,
yes.
Yes. They really pay attention to peer pressure or to their peers. You see, in this generation, bakoranga anya bali bachire enkintu tokoberera tokoberera ne syllabus ne yemo tigotoka hende naito timoke to chakera sto chakera. Sometimes those schools that are closing down now after incident
yes,
it is simply because of influencing tigana into to and toratimoka osoko tukabuya na baranya olenga there is nothing really critical bako boli so na kitoko segeteranga ki abaiboli bono abalimu essentially because na baro they look at innovative ways if there are choko maintain abane school I don't know what about the scholars you manyete because they enjoy quite a fair level of freedom. Mbai konyora sababu buya bawe chago atakeli go sebasali egento geto aseki asinge njumba bwata pressure ye go chana boarding and something critical we have not talked about are our routines in schools. No matter school nera abana bako enda kurara saa 4 saa 9 chiamambi babogete alipara ikera mache besi bibakoreke na keri elinde school etanga ne shine gorali which I personally find a bit unfair as umwana ekera togo de psychology umwana ndo kurara chinsange 7 iga 6 gachikete lakini 7 ya se miaka yabo and there are schools as you have said that have had that culture naende abana baruro bali bia emphasis toja twabeka as academics Moscongo to costier because we have again discussed here the goals, the national goals of education. Tuikora matema andons talks about national integration, individual development, religious, you see, appreciating your culture and other cultures. That is integration. Bono, ekeroto a chake ko embrace those goals. Totige ko incline mo no which ya samatema kiara competition LCB ligeti ko address na regenderete tutagete to weka bana to badrill kabisa babenga na bubago tangana to maintain elietaliet. If we would appreciating that is not the only measure of success. To isanekenga na bo bara akore bia sports na mangana ande ko curricula ne krasi me bakore bia fairly we give them enough rest. Part of this pressure you are seeing and reactions is because of fatigue.
Okay.
Umwana orali the saini akaboka saa 9. Birangeli bia yembi and you know our minds work more when we are asleep than when we are awake. Because naliye go store one information twaka gambira egento kali kwa soma mugaso. But tuko naliyo royaire birangeli bibwa to botoereru go transfer that content from the short term memory to the long term
memory.
And lots of things happen at that time in the mind. Oh no, if our routines remain the way they are, then we would expecting amangana na aba makongu na ende. So nakituata baranga much as we will find short term solutions, tukani itonya long term solutions. You know, sometimes when the ministry attempts to make certain changes, abarimu ngora abatore resistant na enda sengi tokora na ki wane ministry rateba abana bache skuru sensa saa moja bagende saa 10 iyo bano sangapi bakoreke na keri barore while in the actual sense that is an unpopular thought. If it would be embraced over time, no wakanya kialetira machibu yetu. Our boarding schools ni kwa kitwale system or structures chiko tebanga ki omwana awende kurara guchakira gete mpaka nsagete. Most of our big schools or popular schools so to speak okonyora abana including grade 10 bon no banga ni goroji. They are sleeping for 5 hours. Very tense. So what are fatigue you. Even the decisions we make, even as adults, if we sleep for a short time and we do that constantly, the impact as choices to make because we have not got enough rest. Yes, sure. No, and I'm not sure actually now. This is again another thing that is very critical. Yeah. You don't make major decisions. You don't do that. Yeah. So when you're going to make any major decision, you need to have enough rest. Why? Because if you did not have enough sleep, you are likely to make it under influence. Because your mind is not up to date. Yeah, sure. So pressure in okay. We are only having 7 minutes. We end it here. Boarding scrap that proposal to do away with boarding schools. Because a day school. Those things to affect abana. Can we entirely do boarding school away? Is it doable? Well, it may take time, but again, it may not be a very good idea if the society remains the way it is right now. Number one, in some schools, abana boarding yabake otakagera. But even then, they are safer in boarding school than Koberanka. Barole isena nginabago tumana on a daily basis. So when they are in boarding, emotionally, emotionally they are okay. And let me shout out and congratulate many of our teachers, especially Baliba ECDE, and the lower levels. Yes, yes. They play the role of a parent to a very large extent. More than the biological parents. Exactly. Yes. In fact, they are surrogate parents. And even at higher levels, especially in our primary schools, we need to shout out, even in secondary schools. Because now one might think, stress and some take an initiative even to address it. So now scrapping of boarding schools may not be a very good idea. Because for many learners, boarding is a safe space. Yes, yes. Because but away from the influences, what we need to do is to enhance their safety. And when we talk about safety, it should not be seen as just physical. To a secure emotionally, psychologically. I'm okay. Concern na through this channel, usine class teacher, usina vekira say boarding teacher, inkochiere cover addressed fairly. That would be okay. So go scrap ngo cover a good idea. So what we need to do, no ko chibeka chibe functionally, chibe more functional, chituare programs, chituateba, chigosakiwa abana in all aspects. Okay. Holistically. All right. Before we give our signing out remarks, kiagarende na manga anchukana nete enkwana to kwanda semambi abone gweta abana bairuchi holiday abana kurugora bibuli bagwagira jusiminchumo ya abana baino so rende bono what is going to happen now Sir Henry
kike bono bana mbarike ngakibagusieka bono batete babere kana intu abaiboli. Thank you so much Baba Selin ndochenga noligiretia kale tenga sara na kamsupu sana. Thank you so much Selin na ndigiriti nero korangoneri korangoneri chianga kabisa. Thank you so much Baba na tuligetia semambi ya bona. Asante sana, tuko pamoja. Nariga kolika korwa sensema yechi SMS very quickly akoro kwa Divina Marakura Soto Mugrango. I want to say hi to mgeni wetu ndani ya studio. Mumeongea mambo mengi mazuri kama sisi wazazi. We need to be involved in our children's lives. We need to be present and show them the right way. At least nonya nabaenda ba kolege ntukieki. Baende bakole binte bibisikali mba maetenga mama nanso metieki. Kaule nsemo ya inubu na Bible. Asante sana Evelyn nera kuli kwa Nairobi Mountain View akotebanga indeed a very well discussion and topic asemambi yabono kia Bible tuachandikire kulinda balimu na into wa Bible wikatobwaterane ko raise a generation. Asante sana otara likeli talia ya kuru chinsemo cha miridi akoteba tuko pamoja. Salimia mgeni ndani ya studio. Mgeni is oozing wisdom. Thank you so much. Etaya TV, good morning. Ndigereti mwana mtosara tuko pamoja. Bia mwana sana. Mama Keruth, thank you so much. Na korolire kuruwe namba. Kuruali namba, I think South Mugrango. Thank you so much. Tuko pamoja na nyinyi. Mwezi people mwa tumerichi ujumbe, we really appreciate. Abali mwa tuligirire online, we really appreciate. Abali mwa ndetu tuligirire mutara tumachi ujumbe, tunashukuru sana. Tokotebanga. Pia mwana botambe asokova a big part of this family. Tunashukuru sana sema biabono. So Henry, because our time is up. Abongo na abugiri weke ngere. And then you can give your signing out remarks as you even address this a trending issue ya beire. Rocho mumulia wakirunga njubu yu mwana wakuru school. Mwibuli nkwale nga usene semino kale. So you see the disturbances. Yes.
Now, let me say two things. One, let me speak as a last born for a moment. Sometimes we take life so seriously, how we shouldn't.
Yeah.
Mosuko, we can depart from the norm, and life still goes on.
Yes.
And it is fulfilling. So I'm urging every member of society to liberate. Ekaranyo rire no eno mwana nga eskuru bono te mochieti motubu ya some season. Tamo gasa mono abako mutiga chabera mutukabera totoga iganka ibirengere libiseti na ndaira na ene gaje sikitobwate ngo ikaere ya ichora kwa reset kwa like ntobasa kubeka mangana yanga it is cast on stone when need arise so checking crisis inkera do what is possible to avert that crisis. Life will come back to normalcy.
Yes.
Namba ibere nkwanere bali yange na Bible bali banyore to wa kwanechi amatechiria borokie empathy ose na barabu babe na bali babegete koro teki babegete and grief in our society ndora manyenchera toko ya address bono the surest way is presence.
Yes.
Baba ikayange support yeli baranyale koru they can give it, but most importantly they be there for them. Bagenda ali asebali baikara. So I have personally experienced loss, and I can tell you ebibongo biri twasomera tu tingo nyorana na kama wanaiga, but people who came and sat there I can recall and I can list names. Ama dieta mange keima. Batenga yarebe na mroche na yarebe. Even when it has been a while.
Okay.
So baba ikiange, because this is a national disaster, this is a national crisis. And we tani baliba utumishi na bande barande iga moibuli a bit overwhelmed because of what is happening. Abe calm down ngaki, life will go on somehow. It will not be the same, but God will give us grace and coping mechanisms. Lakini most importantly, by kweange, erinde ba feeling amba bwate abantu who care about them and who feel them.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Sir Henry. Thank you for your time. There is always next time again. Biamono well put. No kuina gwitonga baibuli bategereira bari bategereire indutu bategereire no manchito murigerio tutegereire seli no geto biamono sana akunya wantenga no tuli pamoja. Asante sana baba. Thank you so much. Twalenge na Sir Henry Mokua ore coach ore mentor ore educator kuligiari chibunga nkieke bono kia beira sichukuru chaito abana bono bakare kogoma bataite masomo bataite kusamba chiskuru bataite kusalia nibo yesukuru nga a little misunderstanding ba charukire igoro bono lende twatebunga totagerra abana turaigwe kibago kwana ali baito to be very keen, to be very cautious and to be very loving. The same thing from our parents. Anja abana baino orokereria abana baino beke mbwengia asa abana baino buneri kwa bikire tuno muibuli ogo mangana manyeko ba amaikiro na abana baita anja masome nekero mokoreta your feelings to tebya century kuigwekana eta abana balero wako katika ile Gen Z wako ile hata akiongea uwezi sikia kama mzazi utakataa kitu kumbe alikuwa anataka ukubali utakubali kitu kwamba alikuwa anataka ukatae. Ayonsi kianda ikomine nga tigatore izi society ne generation era chego konya ase ekaro tutakayo kiagara ntoliko ba all the time nje na Henry ndo chiko ba miaka yote mimi na Britain tutaka hapa siku zote ntutake tetonyora abantu bande bagucha ko kugendereria aya togendrete gukora ase ncho chinse chairire ndiko tugukoriraga bwo kira kiro muntu ngambia mono tuguchakira producer ito Joshua Auta tuche the tall man kijana mtall nere Franklin Mayunga with my beautiful lady olengegiga kwene kyanga nero urigire rumurubiri ne interview bila kumsahau mzee wa kazi nere mzee wa kazi yes nere Brighton Magoli nere tukubatira credit tukasumuru with our breakfast show and you all are so what the support that we require. Yasawa sasa ni ndoke Mama Africa ndoke entingana yeta breakfast show Sara Nyarangi Ontita.
Asante kwa kutazama Etaya TV, obora bubwa.